Hey guys, welcome to the next video in Let's Play Football Manager 2015, and this is the live commentary then for my first cup final, excluding the Charity Shield and the friendly cups and the like. This is my first proper cup final on this save, and it's taken, wow, nearly 6 years. 6 years. Now, a lot of people, at this stage have given up on a save. They have often not bothered with it at all. They'll just win the league and that's it then, and they get bored. Once the regens start rolling in, that's when people give up. But I'm very much still going for this. Right, so enough talking. Let's get to the action then. Let's do it. So here we go. So this is just completely live. I'm not going to edit anything. This is, you can see how I do it. So as I talked about in the last video, this is sort of the new formation which I'm going for. It's just simply to at least give defence numbers. If we don't have the quality, we can at least have the numbers in there. And I realised that, sometimes I sort of, we'll drop it back a bit, or, do that. Or, if we're really up against it, like, say, Chelsea away, I'll drop not Nathan, obviously, but, I'll have someone there like that. And that's what I'm going to do today. Against a really good team. And that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, so Ashley Westwood, what does he always play best as? DLP, that's right. Always forget, it changes as well. This is a handy little feature, so if you are playing in Football Manager Classic, just highlight over the eye and you can see what their sort of favoured role is. It's quicker. Clicking on the name, going in here, what is he? Oh, he's turning off that, okay. Like that, it's just quicker. And Pasalic, I think he's a box to box, yes. Let's have him in support. Okay, it's quite defensive, but it has worked in the past. Unfortunately, Matthew Richings, I don't know if I showed you this last time, but actually no, I didn't. He got injured in the last game. Which I will also just briefly show you. We're actually doing a lot better than when I actually last left you. I think the last game I left was the Swansea game, I think. But we've gone on a really good run since then. I've tweaked a few things and it's actually worked really well. We beat Palace 2-0, Stoke 4-1, QPR 2-1, and even Newcastle 2-0. Unfortunately, as I say, Richings got injured and he is now out for 6 weeks. Sorry, no, he's now 5 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. So unfortunately, he's going to miss the cup final. But never mind, we have Juan Iturbe, who I think will play instead of Nathan. Okay, he says inside forward. Okay, we'll have him then. I usually just, if I default like a striker who's, someone who you don't really know what they play best as, it's either almost always an advanced forward, a poacher, or a trequartista. That's my advice. If you don't really know what you reckon, or what their best position is, basically, or what you think is their best position, try one of those three. Obviously, if he's tall, almost always it's target man. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we've got Sergio Aurier as well here, who I believe is a limited fullback. I've been playing him at wing back and he seems to be doing quite well. He's even scored already. Okay, so that's my setup. That's how we're going to do it. In fact, Bacuna should be support. Okay. Sure everything's okay. I'm just making sure I've got everything. Everyone's okay. I usually do have the match fitness here as well, but for some reason it's not showing up. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll go with that. Excellent. Here we go then. First cup final. And it's obviously versus Liverpool. So I should go over the Liverpool team as well, just so obviously I know you're not familiar with it. Balotelli, as you'll probably imagine, is kind of ridiculous when he shouldn't be. Pants. They've got a few of their regens coming in now, so we're starting to see this lad, for example. Oh no, he's not a regen, he's a real player, my bad. There is definitely one. There is definitely one. I cannot remember which one it is. Not him. Correa, yeah, I recognise his name. They've got Morgan Schneiderlin. They're playing this formation, which I've seen quite a lot of people use as well. They've also got, I can never say this guy's name, first go, Inigo Martinez, there we go. He's been a stalwart for them. And yeah, Joe Allen also pretty decent, but we're going to play quite wide here. I'm going to have to hope we can exploit the two wing backs, which they blatantly have got going on here. And I'm going to change that immediately. So there we go, kick off. But before we do that, I'm going to exploit the flanks and play wider. This is something not to do that. This is something I almost always do when I see someone play this formation. It works most of the time, obviously not every time, like any tactic and any instruction, it's not going to be perfect, but for me they don't have a lot of sort of numbers out wide, and it's a very narrow formation, so I want to exploit out wide and see how they do. Just to point out, we are massive underdogs here, so don't be absolutely amazed if we don't win. Just want to point out, this is not like FM Cup finals of old where I've gone in and I've just battered people like 5-0, you know, like we did on FM13 with Brighton and so on. Yes, okay, we have Juan Iturbe, but that was a one-off transfer. That was £19 million from a very generous fee, transfer budget we actually got from the chairman. Very surprised that we had, like, I think wage adjusted as well. If we had all the, you know, take off the wage and everything, it was about 30 million. And oof, Iturbe going very close. I mentioned in the other video as well that this is certainly someone I think Liverpool should buy in real life, Juan Iturbe. I think he's a quality player. I've only really seen him for Roma against Manchester City in the Champions League, and I was impressed by him at the game at the Etihad. Obviously, I'm recording this before before the game is played at the Olympic Stadium in Rome, but it's someone I think we should definitely be interested in. Not saying buy, because, you know, I mean, like, I'm really struggling what to do with Liverpool at the moment, because our striking options, just, I don't want to feel like I'm, you know, jumping the gun and saying, oh, they're all shit, we need to bin them, Lambert's rubbish, Barini's, you know, I don't want to say that. I'm trying to be sensible about it, but it is very difficult to be sensible in this stage, because, you know, Balotelli's they're not scoring. It's as simple as that. The strikers are not scoring. We have a problem, so it's like, well, you remedy it by bringing someone else in. And there's actually Westwood causing a bit of a problem. Mignolet, there's so many goals conceded and scored. Oh, it is actually Westwood. The captain puts it in. Wow, great strike. Okay, well, I'm going to go a bit defensive now. Well, I was not expecting that. But I was going to say, yeah, just briefly, a quick note, and I'm sure you'll have seen this as well before. We have conceded and admittedly scored lots and lots of goals on this near post. I've not had any instructions or anything like that to it, but we do concede and score a lot on the near post. It's mostly the near post, to be a bit of far, but wow. Are you joking? Just ping straight to Balotelli, and even he can't miss from there. Well, I say that, I mean, as I say, he gets, you know, 15 to 20 goals a season on this, and Iturbe, is he going to make it? He's through, and I have to say his finishing isn't amazing, Iturbe. He's not a natural finisher. He's no Michael Owen, you know, in his prime, that is. But he's very handy, and I have been playing him out wide quite a lot this season, as you've probably seen in the last video. Oh, there's Joe Allen. That's going to be a corner. Is it just me, or especially in the 2D Classic Match engine, do corners not look like corners? You know, like the decision, not the actual corners themselves. I mean, the decision. You know, the way the ball sort of goes out. You know what I mean? Like it seems to take a deflection and things, and it just doesn't look right. I know that sounds really strange, but yeah, it doesn't look right at all. Like it's not a corner. So this is how we look. Again, the defence not doing very well. I've seen a few people ask about Jorrit Hendricks on Twitter and on YouTube and the YouTube comments. He's been moved to centre-back. He plays much better as a centre-back than he is as a left-back, mainly because his ratings as a left-back were simply shocking. I'm talking like 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, maybe even a 6.5 every game, and he would very, very rarely, maybe 1 out of every 10 games, have a good game. So I moved him to centre-back, and that in turn obviously helped him, and obviously helped our defence as well. It played into my hands a bit, really, the whole 5 at the back, and obviously I realised that, okay, we shouldn't be counter, that's a problem, I forgot to change it back. So, at the minute, not the most successful. What I will do is go onto his profile here and find out. Okay, we're going to change it back to Trequartista. Just because I'd never play false 9 as far as I'm concerned. I've never, and still haven't, never found a good false 9 or seen a false 9 be successful. I don't know about you, maybe if you have, please say if you have, but they're never successful to me. They just don't do anything. It limits their ability for some reason. They just don't, I don't know, nothing happens. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. When you put them there, you might as well just not have them there when they're like that. Okay. Also, I almost always have a look for overlap on. I've been taking it off and on over the last few sort of games. I've been trying to mix it up quite a lot because I think that is the key, mixing up a bit. This is one other thing I've noticed as well. A lot of people have been complaining about, more on FM boards really. But why is it that defenders, no matter how many times you tell them, just hoof it? Oh wow! Are you kidding? What the fuck was this defence? Look at this. Okay, Jack Grealish not going to his man at all. That just went right through. There's 4, and I'm going to include Ori as well here. Why did they not clear that? Why didn't Butland get that? That's a shocking piece of defending. You can really see our limitations there, can't you? Okay, we're going to have to go for it now. I know. This is probably too attacking too early, but we've proven we can score against them. And, well, in all honesty, look at the possession bar down there. It's not encouraging, is it, really? So slow sometimes. Look, like that. Why did he do that? I have. And they'll do that even when I've got like shorter passing on, played less risky passes, etc. They will still do that. And there's Joe Allen. And I was just as what I was talking about before the Balotelli goal went in. That is a massive problem. For some reason, defenders just seem to lump it forward and they'll not aim for, a friggin' one of their own players. They'll just lump it away and it'll almost always go to a opposition player, and it's frustrating. Okay, Aterbe. Right, okay, I'm going to take Bacuna off. Aterbe then goes out wide with Nathan up front. This, again, won't work, but whatever. It's... Oh, hang on a minute. It says Poacher and he's 3-star. Okay, that's obviously changed lately. Again, look at the defenders' ratings. Wow, he's been playing great all season. That's because I've just changed him what is supposedly his best role. Right, you're going to have to attack because we're 3-1 down. The rest then, Lucas Anderson is very ineffectual. But then again, he can't be more ineffectual than Pulisic. He's going to have to play as an AP. We'll support. Let's not go too mad. But I think this might already be lost. And this damn commentary bar is so frustrating. Why does it always flash up with making tactical changes? And Aterbe, that was not going in. He didn't need to do that, the defender there. And Schneider, Baker off the line. Well, it's not encouraging really, is it? Not a lot has happened in this second half. Sorry to disappoint you, but I think it was inevitable that we were going to lose this, first cup final because this team isn't good enough. As I say, we've gone really good streak lately, but Liverpool are a good team, very overpowered because in real life we all know they're complete crap. And yeah, if you are just watching this, on the off chance that you don't know, I am a Liverpool fan, so I know pessimism runs through us at the moment, but Mignolet, how on earth did he keep hold of that? Anderson, well, I'm not being funny, he should have scored. And of course, I've put Overload on, which of course means end the game. Overload never, ever, ever, ever does anything. As you all know, we all have tried Overload many, many times, and in the end, it just means, okay, rush through to the final minute of the game. And what it does now is it's basically what I like to think of doing, the equivalent to, let me rephrase that, basically what the game is doing now, where it sort of shows you're going to lose, and nothing's really happening in the game, but it's basically parading in front of you going, nah, 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 you can't do anything, you're going to lose, ha ha, you're shit. It could have just ran through to the end there, and showed the last 5 seconds it usually does. But no, it wanted to tease me a bit. It wanted to sort of rub salt in the wounds of it, shall we say. So yeah, it's been a little prick as usual. Right. So as usual, our defence lets us down, and we lose another game. A final. How useful. How useful is this defence? You know what? I just, for all the effort and all the amount of sort of thing, we're in the for example in the preview video, Sports Interactive was going, we've made loads of changes and improvements and to the questions here in the press conferences and stuff. No one cares about these anymore, lads. Can you please stop focusing in on them? They're a waste of time. I hate them. It's the same questions as well. They haven't made many changes at all. I know there's the FMC version, so they're not obviously, but even on the full version, I don't like this at all. No, yeah, whatever. And also the headlines, and I know this, and to be fair to them, this is kind of true, so we'll let them off. You'll say something, and the headline will be completely something else. As journalism works, I'm sure we'll be the biggest overachievers. No, Blackpool. Okay, well, screw you. So yeah, disappointing, and once again our defence lets us down. You really got to see the poor defence in action there. You know, with that cross, I think it was from Sterling, and it just goes right through 4 defenders. And I know it was in the corridor of uncertainty and all this rubbish, cliche crap, but they've got to clear that. Hell, even Jack Butland probably could have come for that. Nathan having absolutely no impact when he came on. Wanitebe, disappointing, really disappointing, this lad. He's not done it for me, as we've already discussed. You know, I mean, that's not £20 million return, is it, really? 7 goals and 4 assists in 29 games. Not good enough, really, is it? Right, so sorry to disappoint you, but I know some of you guys like the rage, so I know I'm a lot calmer than I used to be the last year or two. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go into full Hulk mode. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I'll be back then at the end of the season to see how we do. Obviously, if you look at the league here, I guess this is like a mini update for the league. We've got 10 games to go. We're in 8th place. We've gone past the 40-point barrier. And we're set now, I think, for another mid-table finish. Potentially a European place. Obviously, if we'd won the Capital One Cup, we would have guaranteed ourselves Europa League for next season, but that is not happening. Now, Liverpool have taken it, although they have a real chance and probably will finish in the top 4, so that will get them out at least to 6th place. It depends then, of course, who goes on to take the FA Cup final places. So, yes, I'll be back then in June with the end of season update. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.